Well, Denise, we are back with Craig Langford. We've got him one-on-one tonight.
This would be 1-on-2, actually.
Well, yeah, pretty much. Aren't you the lucky guy?
I am a lucky guy. Yeah, sure am.
Go ahead.
Well, we're going to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
One of the things that I am so inspired by you is that you seem to catch your heart and put it in your lyrics, and yet you don't get succumbed to those lyrics while you sing that. How do you do that?
Wow. I feel everything I say. Even in the bands I'm in where we do cover songs, it's always been my belief that if you don't believe what you're singing, then it comes across that way. And
right.
We've all known people who had singing talent, but you just didn't believe them. And so having written these and having thought about the words and what I want to say, from my heart, that's just how I try to sing it. And
they come across very well.
Well, you're very kind. I am my worst critic. I don't think of myself as a person to sing lead songs. I'd rather sing harmony and do that. The songwriting thing came late in life, and I had plenty of opportunities to learn from some of the best songwriters in Nashville. And my answer was always, I'm a bass player. That's what I do. And
you play very well.
Well, thank you. I love playing bass, and I've done it a long time. Been lucky.
Well, I flip around. I don't write very much.
Okay.
And that's probably because of the inner critic, which is not very kind. Inner critics aren't always nice. But I know how to sing and make someone feel what I'm singing.
Good.
But I'm just so impressed by you because when you sing, I know it's from the heart.
Well, thank you.
That is really a talent.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I had Kim and I went to a Don Schlitz thing at LSA Burgers in Denton.
I think.
And Don Schlitz was there. It was a Father's Day thing, and she got tickets to go watch him play, and we ate and did this. And he had words. He said, "I've got songs now. I'm just to the point where I really need to keep these lyrics in front of me. So I'll forget words. I'll forget everything because I play stuff that I can't just. It's not strumming G, C, and D.
Thank you.
And I pick every note. Every note is pretty much designed. And sometimes I have trouble replaying that, especially because I get nervous in front of you guys. You're listening, and I know you're friends. I know you care. I know you do, but it doesn't change how I want to do a good job. And so sometimes I just get out of my head.
Right.
And,
well, having the words in front of you didn't offend us.
Well, thank you.
Totally
Hey, look
enjoyed
at orchestras have their music and their stuff in front of them, so
Bingo.
why can't we? It's always good to have a net.
Yeah.
I see nothing wrong with that whatsoever.
Thank you.
If you're a songwriter and that's what you do day in and day out, and you have gigs all the time, and you sing the same songs over and over, eventually, they're going to stick, and you're not going to need that net. But for songwriters like yourself and me and Denise, we also work full-time jobs, so we're not that road-worn person that
it's just
that.
been beat into us by repetition.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
You're
And I think we can also feel a little bit more because of that,
Yeah, it's not by rote.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I think I've shared with you before, I want to record your music because I feel like it has my heart, like you're singing the tractor and having the farm. Well, I grew up on a John Deere tractor every 2 weekends at my granddaddy's house.
Jealous.
So I don't know how this works, but so many of your songs reckon with how I grew up. Right here in Texas.
I'm glad.
Even though we're in the metroplex of a huge city, we still drove to the outskirts of town where there was a couple of acres, and even my children got to ride the John Deere tractor before he passed away because that was part of our fun, and we wanted our kids to
It's like a rite of passage, and it's important to building character.
Right. So I think that's kind of why I'm so attracted to your music and love to go hear you sing because you don't have, there's no pretense that I'm such a perfect person.
Far 180 the other way. I suck.
No, you do not.
No, you don't suck.
No, you don't.
You did wonderfully tonight, and you deliver your songs beautifully, and you write them and play them beautifully. So don't sell yourself short.
Right. I know not to do that, but I can't help it.
I'll tell you, I'll be real honest with you. People who suck don't play on this stage.
I believe that. So. Thank you. Okay. I feel better. Now
I feel better.
Okay.
Feel better.
Good.
And as far as Denise doing your songs, I mean, as a songwriter myself, it's an honor if somebody wants to do my song.
It really is.
If I hear a song that I know I could do well that is done by another songwriter, I will ask their permission to do it and to record it. And most of the time they're like, yeah, go for it. Right. I think it's a really good thing because you get your music out to so many more people that would not have heard that song had somebody else not done it.
Right. Strength in numbers.
So, yeah.
It's like co-writing.
I think,
double your odds.
Songwriters just... are like one big happy family. They're not, or they shouldn't be competitive. They should always lift each other up and give credit where credit's due, and do other people's music.
The chemistry is, that's why good songwriting teams do so well. And you may try different people, and then it's not to say that it's anything less than. It's just finding that right chemistry.
Right. Exactly right. Now you mentioned that you started songwriting later in life. What led you there? Well,
having dabbled all my life, getting a line or two and then a melody, but then I realized the song wasn't complete. Or a producer friend of mine, Greg White, has a studio over in Fort Worth, SG Studios, and I've done my last 2 CDs there. He had a phrase he called lyrics that were less than placeholders. And I have lots of placeholders in a lot of my songs where I'll be very happy with, the majority of what I've written and how it phrases phonetically and the messages there. But I'll have some stuff that it doesn't hit me. And I'm sorry, what was the question?
We were talking about late in life, getting into your songwriting, and what led you there.
That's right.
Yes.
Thank you. So I had these partial bits and things, and I just wasn't drawn to it. And living at Southside on Lamar is, like I said, is such a creative environment. It was, 8 or 10 years ago. And I went past, I give certainly credit to Steve Jackson and Pascal Hall, who owns Opening Bell Coffee over at, and she supports live music 7 nights a week, all year long.
Right.
And she is absolutely wonderful and very supportive. And every Tuesday night, it's the longest running open mic in Dallas now. And every Tuesday night at Opening Bell, Steve Jackson hosts an open mic. And I was walking by and I heard guitar playing and singing coming from there. And I just walked in, and it was Steve getting ready for a Tuesday night. And we met, and I listened to what other people were doing. And truly, I would finish a gig at Gillies at 1 a.m, and I would go back and I'd get my guitar. Thank you, Jim Burgoon, for putting up with me as long as you did. He took me in. I needed a place to live, and I was his roommate for a while. Cool. It was great. And I'd go to the basement with my guitar, and I'd sit on this giant piece of old safe from the Sears building, because that is the old Sears building.
Okay, yeah.
Southside on Lamar. And I would write until 3 or 4 in the morning, and I just felt alive. And so I kept going, and I'm still going. So
you were inspired by an open mic, basically. And
yes.
Then your surroundings were creative and musically influenced.
Yeah, supportive. So
cool.
Yeah.
And when did you start playing guitar and bass?
Bass, as soon as I was a French horn geek in high school, and was pretty good at it. Had scholarships and honk my horn. I made All-State, so I was gonna go do that. And then the Beatles came out with "She Loves You, Yeah, Yeah, Yeah," and "I Want to Hold Your Hand," and I thought, well, wait a minute, that's kind of cool. So we had a guitar around the house, and it wasn't a good one, but I struggled and kept going and kept going and kept going. And
self-taught.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Well, having been in the music arena for so long, it was. But as far as making the chords and stuff, yeah, it was a crappy Stella guitar with high. It was like a dobro, and I'm trying to play chords. But I stuck with it, and so still am.
Great. Well, you need to.
I'm your guitar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. There's There's a son that lives in my house who self-taught with YouTube, and you didn't get that. You didn't have YouTube. You probably had a Mel Gibson book and look at the fingers and pick out what you're supposed to do. But I think that today's generation needs to make sure they know what the music of their life is.
Yeah, I think they need to struggle a little bit more. It's pretty easy. There are many advantages to digital and online, everything right now. Many advantages, but there's just like having a tractor. You can't drive a tractor, by watching it on YouTube.
The grass that's cut on YouTube.
No, that's exactly right. Good point. Yeah. So I just like anybody else, back in the day. If you want it bad enough, you just put the time in, and you're gonna. I tell people, they say, "Oh, I want to learn to play guitar," and I say, "Do you have a guitar?" Yeah. No, that's half the battle, right there.
There you go.
Having a guitar, hang it on the wall, put it on the stand. That way, when you walk by, you can pick it up and learn to play that D chord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
dots and all.
Yeah, that's it. No, I am a lucky man. I say that more and more as I get older.
So tell me where you're looking for this land.
Out west and south, somewhere between Fort Worth and Waco. Kind of. I like East Texas. I like it out there.
Yeah.
But she's got a special needs son, and everything is kind of happening over there.
Right.
And it's still close enough to all my gigs in the area. So.
Yeah, because you still have to come sing with us.
Oh, yeah.
On Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Yes. You tell me where it is. But, yeah, somewhere, I took a drive. I worked with Sonny Burgess and Jolie Holiday, and we played a benefit for Cook Children's out at Possum Kingdom.
Oh, wonderful.
And so I missed I'm going west on 20, and I missed my exit. And then so I, got rerouted to a Highway 4, which runs straight up into Palo Pinto and Santos.
Okay.
It blew my mind. It's so gorgeous out there.
There's colors there.
And it's not all flat.
It's terrain. Yeah. And it's like, so...
it's gorgeous out there.
It really is. So Texas, and I am so proud to be a Texan. We've got deserts and mountains and forests and oceans.
Yeah.
So anyway.
It's all there.
Yep. And getting down around the Waco, Clifton area, there's pretty terrain down there too.
Right.
So that's what, the goal is to
just
find.
Scoping it out right now.
Somewhere between 5 and 1,000 acres. No.
Good God. Now,
I need a big tractor.
You have to keep in mind that you're not getting any younger. You have to keep up with that. So,
And riding a tractor for 8 hours a day.
Yeah, no, that's why I gave up on the living on a sailboat thing. That's a lot of damn work.
I would recommend goats.
Go.
They will clean it up. Trust me.
Yeah,
yes. Everybody should have goats who have lots of land that they need cleared.
Okay.
So
critters. Yeah. I don't even know just exactly what it'll wind up being, but 5 or 10 acres if possible.
That's wonderful, and I bet we can have like a big Woodstock music festival out on his land. Wouldn't that be fun?
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
Full-time stage and PA and lights.
There you go.
I'm in.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we will definitely plan that for a few years from now. Probably.
You got lots of people that will come.
Think 2 to 5.
Okay.
2 to 5.
Okay.
And
I'm retired.
And you'll have a bunch more songs written by then.
I will.
Yeah.
I will. I'm still writing. It's kind of slowed down a little bit. But I played 4 new ones tonight.
That's awesome.
So it's still coming.
Yeah.
As long as it is.
Well, for me, there's a lot of people, and I know a lot of the Nashville songwriters, they're songwriters for pay, and they have to turn out songs every single day.
Yep.
And I couldn't do it. Because to me, I have to have some kind of an inspiration or I just feel like I'm the vessel and God gives me what comes. And,
okay.
He's not always going to be real generous.
He's not always knocking on the door, is he?
He's not in the mood all the time,
That's exactly right.
So, you just take it when it comes. But I think that's great. And I noticed earlier, and we'd even discussed it, that your melodies are what inspires your lyrics. That being said, how do you know? Do your lyrics just come? They're given to you? Or How does that work for you?
Yeah, I'll play something, and I've been moving my capo up further and further and further. The 2, 3. Oh, I'm up into 4 now.
Yeah.
Well, the other day, and I need to do this. I really was looking for a song that was. I see people all the time with a capo on 7 and 9 and everything else.
Yeah.
So, which is. I get trapped in that all the time. I'll forget I've dropped D.
Right.
So it's just like, and I'll sit and I'll put my fingers down. All right, that's kind of nice. If I had a penny, I'd put it in my shoe. Every time I walked around, something I would think of you. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. So that just...
Yeah.
So that's I'm not finished with the lyrics yet, but that gives me the foundation to sing a song. And if I had a penny...
Yeah.
And I'm not even sure what to do with it. Nickel, if I had a nickel, if I had a quarter, if I had $1. I mean, obviously, obviously, if I had a
$1 million,
Susan B. Anthony, if I had a $2 bill, what do I do with that? So,
so then you go to whatever the penny means to you. What does a penny mean?
Well,
if I had a
small.
breath, if I had a song, if I had a piece of land, it takes you to the next place. Your mind's going to start creating what's special to me about a penny.
Right.
Well, because you said, if I had you.
Right.
So
it's a small thing,
right.
but I'd be the richest man, and that's one of the lines I've got. I'd be the richest man on earth, because of the love.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So if I had a penny. So, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm right. I actually talked to Ricky Jean Wright the other day.
We did too.
Did you?
Talk to
He
him
was
today.
here.
I seem to talk to him
I
every
want
day for
to
some
write a
reason.
song about a steamboat over in Jefferson.
Right.
And I got this great idea for a story about people that live in there, and the Caddo Indians, and Irish captain. It's called Jefferson Mist. I came up with the name of a
Nice.
Jefferson Mist steamboat.
Yeah.
So I'm working on that. It's kind of a Romeo and Juliet idea.
You're such a romantic guy.
I am pretty mushy inside.
You are. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
I think that's awesome.
Well, and you appreciate the people around you, and that is why you
Blessed.
That's why you can
I'm
keep
blessed.
writing those heartfelt lyrics, because you appreciate what God's given you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's it's a gift, and I'm a Christian, not a good one, but I do appreciate what He's done for me. I like faith. I like that. Mm-hmm. If I had a band, I'd call it Blind Faith. Oh, wait, that's been done.
Oh.
We need another one.
Yeah.
Well, there's Penny Lane up there on the wall behind you, so maybe that Penny song will come to you, because you've been in a little more ambiance about ambiance.
There you
Oh, you are French.
Oui, oui, oui.
Oh, that's my line. Oh, world's best sweet tea. Where'd I do? There it is.
There you go.
Thanks. Yeah.
If a young songwriter, up-and-coming songwriter, came to you and said, I know you started later in life, and I'm starting now to be a songwriter, what advice would you give them?
Live honestly. Live a life you're proud of. Mm-hmm. Be a good person. I don't know many good and successful songwriters that are jerks. I just don't. I don't think that they get that gift. I don't think that kind of behavior is rewarded with a good song.
You're absolutely correct.
So just live a good life. Mm-hmm. Get a good guitar that you really like, and then learn as many styles of music as you enjoy listening to. You don't have to be that. I do a lot of finger picking. As a matter of fact, I used the pick on one song tonight, and it's just my style. Find what works for you. Because I play, I think, more like a piano player in terms of chords.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I'm not playing. Not that the best songs are. You can pick like that. Think of things that make you feel, that touch you, that good or bad, doesn't matter. Sad, happy, you're sad, you're good or you're bad.
Yeah.
and just strum. Just pick up the guitar. You got to start. It's like taking that first step.
Right.
You know, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with, you know, the first step.
Yeah.
And just play. I mean, listen to, try to emulate somebody you like. You know, copy, plagiarize, do whatever. And then kind of work into what works for you. Listen to, you know, what works, you know, for the way you sing, for what you want to say. Don't try to stay in a meter. I hear more people squeeze in their heartfelt emotions, and they're trying to make, you know, take a poem and turn it into a song which has a certain amount of rigidity. There are counts to measures, whether it's 3 or 6, 8 or 4 or whatever. It could be 5, you know. I mean, there's 5 for you.
Yeah.
Just find some and start writing down when something comes to your mind. If it's in the middle of the night or anywhere you are, in a line, a thought, a phrase, capture it right then and there. Pull over. Don't lose that nugget, that seed, and write them down. I've got, you know, you just passed away. Billy Graham out of Nashville was a dear friend. Took in wayward musicians for years. Worked with Roger Miller, worked with Glenn Campbell through his heyday, and he just passed away. He said, "That song's got more hooks than a tackle box." And he had to sing. He came up with this thing. Yeah, I got a hook book, and so I bought a little cheap notebook, and I write down everything. I use my phone. I'll sing a melody. I'll say a phrase.
Yep.
I'll get up. I will make myself wake up to write down a thought, and you may look at it the next day and wonder, what the hell was I thinking? You know, there's 5 minutes I'll never get back, but it may actually find its way into a line.
Yep.
I've got songs that I have hung on to lines, and then all of a sudden thrown everything out but one little thing, and then they became the song I wanted.
Right.
So those placeholders.
Yeah, I have a hook list in my phone, and I think I have 500 hooks already. I just have not done anything with them. It's
unmined gold right there.
That's right. So it's just, but you hear them in your head, or you hear someone else say them, and you go, "Oh, I got to write that one down."
Yep.
So
yep,
that is the way to do it. You have to start somewhere,
and you got to keep pushing. I've slacked up lately, but you know, for the longest time, I was real fortunate. I've been in the music business all my life, whether I was retail or a sales rep or traveling or repairing, whatever. So in that regards, I definitely had an advantage. So everything was around music. Music was around me all the time.
You just couldn't help yourself.
I believe me, I was blessed to find something that I love doing. I've never worked a day in my life. And but pick up the guitar. I mean, keep it accessible and just play it.
And I must add that if you are a songwriter, if you can play an instrument, God love you, because I don't. I can do percussion, but I'm kind of handicapped as a songwriter because I rely on Randy to play the guitar. Now, when I get lyrics, a lot of times I look at the music in my head with it so I can sing it to him and he can find it, but it is definitely a handicap. So all you songwriters out there, start playing an instrument.
Keyboard. I'm telling
guitar,
you don't have to
whatever.
be a good piano player to find those chords.
That's right.
And then work from there. It's not hard.
Yeah, and anyone can play the piano. I taught piano for 13 years.
Oh, okay.
I've been playing for 54 years.
Nice.
I'm dating myself there, but my mom got me lessons when I was 3.
Okay.
I've been playing the piano since I was 3.
I
played every day.
I believe it.
For 25 years,
I
literally
believe
every day. And so anyone can. And there are so many good help books out there, great videos. But
that's the advantage of the internet and
piano
online
will
stuff.
teach you any other way to read music, any other instrument. If you can learn the staff and learn how to just pick stuff out on the piano, you can do 1, 4, 5 chords.
Play
forever.
for personal enjoyment as quickly as you can. And my mom was a piano teacher too. She was an Eastman graduate who taught for over 50 years. And my dad made me take 2 piano lessons, and that was the end of that. You tried, Dad, you tried, but and Mom realized that I was going to find my own way, and I still, I've got a little keyboard, but same with the guitar. Get to where you can play as quickly as you can that makes you happy. All the technical, it's wonderful, classical training and correct fingering and everything else. That's a wonderful foundation for great pianists, but to be a songwriter, you can settle for less of a musicianship position for a story, and that's really all you're looking for. It's just a vehicle to carry a melody.
Yeah. Craig, it has been wonderful having you here this evening.
Helen, thank you.
And that this place is your home too. And
feels like it.
Anytime you want to come back, we will have you. And we're proud of you and what you do. Thanks. And don't ever sell yourself short.
Thank you very much.
Because you can hang with the big dogs, baby.
You're very kind. This is quite a place, and you guys, bless you for doing what you do.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. And thank you to our listening audience. Denise, thank you for being my co-pilot tonight.
You're so welcome. What a blessing. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here with you and do all this. This is so fun.
You are in the music room.